Hello and welcome to Italy for round 12 of the 2021 Formula Virtual World Championship. My name's Bradley Doughton and I'm joined today by Lily Westwood.
Buongiorno.
And down in the pit lane, Robert Mathishaw.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Today then, the drivers will be tackling 39 laps of this 5.8 kilometre circuit. Lars van Snelheid won here last season. He'll have to do so again if he's to keep the Drivers' Championship alive against teammate Nathaniel Powers. But in terms of the Constructors' Championship, that could be sealed today. Downton will be four-time champions if they outscore Lopez by 29, Mathishaw by 16 and Franklin by 6 points. Alternatively, a 1-2 for Downton automatically knocks Franklin and Mathishaw out of contention. Let's take a look how they line up then. And it's Powers on pole with Enrique Ruiz lining up second then on the front row. His teammate Adrian Simon starts from third and Nick Addison starts fourth in the lead of the Franklins. The top four all on the soft tyres and will be looking to pull away early on because fifth place Will Hoskins is on the mediums. So there will be drivers behind him desperate to get past, especially the likes of Giordano, who starts sixth, Marcus Thunder and Klaas van Snelheid, who's disappointed with 8th position, all of them on the super softs and looking to make progress early on. Timo Kinnaman, an exceptional qualifying for the Finn, he starts 9th. Jean Matson rounds out the top 10, getting the better of James Vazquez on a rare occurrence this season. Alar Kanga is the best of the Lopez, but down in 11th, disappointed for them. Felix Perez lines up alongside him on row 6. It was a great qualifying from Yukimi Takahashi to start 13th. His teammate didn't even make the race. Maximilian Thunstrom starts alongside him on row 7. Elroy Wagner is 2 rows behind his teammate. He starts from 15th. Danilo Farini, another absolutely devastated with his qualifying performance. He lines up 16th. Finn Schneider and Brock Kidd are together on row 9, both on the super softs. And Thierry Zylander is 19th ahead of James Vazquez. Rounding out the top 20 is the Colombian in the second of the Ingrams. Hunter Ryan was some way off his teammate. He starts from 21st ahead of Dominic Hansen, who's not on the back row. Subbing in for Sergio Alvarez goes from 22nd. Max Meyer was disappointed with 23rd. Likewise, Jules Barkley, who lines up alongside him on row 12. While at the back of the grid we have Johan Halverson and Nikolai Milkovic. So as we go down to the grid then, it's Nathaniel Powers in pole position. Enrique Ruiz lines up alongside him on the front row. Here come the lights. The lights go up now and we're racing at Monza then. It's a cracking start from Puccio Giordano from 6th on the grid. As up front, Nathaniel Powers leads away then. Enrique Ruiz slots in behind him in 2nd place. Simon is 3rd. Klaas van Snelheid looking down the inside as well. Powers covers the inside line from Ruiz, who stays 2nd. Giordano, Puccio Giordano is up into 3rd place then. The Italian trying to get past Ruiz for 2nd but can't quite do it as Nathaniel Powers absolutely sprints away at the front. Round the curve of Grande, it's still Ruiz defending then from Puccio Giordano. The Italian going for 2nd place at his home race. He looks to the inside, then the outside. Ruiz has covered the inside line. Giordano sweeps around the outside and takes 2nd place. An unbelievable start from the home hero then. It's Ruiz in 3rd, Simon 4th as Addison goes up into 5th. Hoskins and Thunder battling over 6th.
Yeah, that was a textbook dummy there sold by Giordano. And look, he's, I would say starting to get away, but he's not. So there's been a little bit of side-by-side action through the second Lesmo there. One of the AMRs looking offline as Powers already has a bit of an advantage. Those Porsche Mathishaws, though, are not letting go of that fight. Late move up the inside from Thunder there.
Yeah, that's Thunstrom on Kanga, sorry. And as behind Takahashi goes past Elroy Wagner as well. Yeah, that was a very late pullout from Maximilian Thunstrom as Powers absolutely clear by a mile at the end of the opening lap then as they round the Parabolica. He's 1.7 seconds ahead of Puccio Giordano.
Yeah, who is obviously, as we saw, had an absolutely stellar opening lap. Obviously, home race, he's the home hero, I think is a better term, but he's got a bit of a disadvantage to turn 1 because obviously the Porsche Mathichaw's got a double slipstream. Hoskins is defending really hard from Thunstrom, who ignores the corner to get the pass done. I can't imagine Hoskins is going to be too happy about that. Matson makes a pass on Kinnaman for 9th place. There's a lot of slipstreaming going on here this afternoon.
That, Lucas, was Thunder. You've managed to get both of them wrong in 2 laps, but good effort.
Oh.
Giordano then, still defending from Enrique Ruiz. That lightning start obviously not going to help his race pace because we're not expecting that Ocelot to obviously be amongst the front runners here today. But, well, I mean, that'll put him in every kind of good good opportunity for a great result. Ruiz and Simon will be desperate to get back past the Italian now. They're going to be losing time to Powers on these soft tyres.
Yeah, obviously, Giordano, those soft tyres will go off faster, but they're going to be really worried about the medium tyre run of Hoskins not too far behind them.
Yeah, absolutely. Hoskins obviously is going to be what we expect to be the cork in the bottle, shall we say, in the terms of the front runners. Thunder has already got by, and Thunder is on the super softs, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, look at this run Ruiz has here. This is probably going to be it.
Yeah, here we go. And Ruiz pulls out then. And alongside Puccio Giordano, there's absolutely nothing the Italian can do. Ruiz to the inside. Giordano, though, is going to hold him. Yeah, he squeezed him and tried to hold it around the outside, but nothing quite doing. And Ruiz goes into second as further back. Klaas van Snelheid demotes Will Hoskins and finally moves up to seventh. Timo Kinnaman as well, side by side with Felix Perez.
Yes, Timo on harder tyres than most of the cars behind him, as Giordano looks for a way back fast, but Ruiz says no thank you, closes that door on the outside, strangely, sometimes the better line into the Rettifilio. No, that's the De La Roggia.
It is, yep. Ruiz surely will now scamper away then and try to close up to the back of Nathaniel Powers as Simon looks for a way.
Perez drops back.
Past the home favourite, as that is... Yeah, that's Kanger and Thunstrom going wheel to wheel. Oh, now in the gravel. That is Elroy Wagner, and Elroy Wagner loses it on the exit of Lesmo 1 in front of the field, but miraculously, everyone's avoided him.
Yeah, as we've got that. Milkovic past Barkley into 23rd now, having started. It's 22nd, having started last on the grid. Is that fun? Hang on. Fourth place. Yes,
that's it. You can count. Well done.
There's Ryan. It's all kicking off in the midfield there.
Yeah, as I think that's James Vazquez then going past Takumi Takahashi up into 15th. Nathaniel Powers up front still leading. But I'll tell you what, Ruiz hasn't pulled away from Giordano. Giordano's coming back at him. Puccio Giordano down the inside of Enrico Ruiz into the Rettifilio chicane, and Ruiz takes back Giordano, takes back second. Simon round the outside as well. Simon's into third. Ruiz has gone from second to fourth.
Part of me wonders whether that might be a strategic change. So now Ruiz has done battle with Giordano. His tyres are quite hot. Simon's had a chance to look after his, so immediately they swap round, send the Frenchman after their that second place.
I think this is just as a result of what we see here at Monza with the slipstreaming. Here we go. This is an onboard then with Wagner, so he's trying to get around the outside of one of the AMRs. There was actually contact there then with, I think that was Takahashi, and it looks as though there's a little bit of damage to both front wings, but it doesn't seem as though either of them have come into the pits, so obviously nothing too serious there then.
No, we'll see. Obviously the mechanics will probably want to make a good check over of the car when they eventually come into the pits. But yeah, for now everyone able to continue, and look at how slippery those cars look around the bends today. Obviously you don't run a lot of aero at Monza because you'll just be a sitting duck on the straights, but you can see these guys really wrestling with their cars.
Absolutely, as Puccio Giordano now has a train of pretty much 5 cars up behind him. Simon Ruiz, Addison Thunder and Van Snelheid just tacked onto the back of that as well. And I think Giordano's about to lose second place because Simon pulls out then down the inside into the Rettifilio chicane, and Adrian Simon is surely going to take second. Giordano tries to hang it out but can't do it. Miraculously though, he holds on to third place. As behind him, Thunder goes past Nick Addison for 5th.
That's a great pass, and also Van Snelheid has invited himself along to this train as well. So we've got from second all the way down to 7th now. A nice solid train of cars that either go run up the inside.
On board with Van Snelheid. Beautiful move then into the De La Roggia chicane. Addison's going to try and stick it with him. Can he get the inside line for Lesmo? First Lesmo, he can't. Nope. Addison has to slot in behind and slips to 7th then.
Yeah, looked like he got a bit of oversteer on turning as well there. So I think maybe he just might have gone in a bit hot with the trail braking, but yeah. Very strange. I suppose with lots of heavy traction zones here, it's going to be quite a rear limited track. Obviously, we'll get Rob's technical analysis when things cool down.
Absolutely.
Not literally, but
what that overtake has meant is that Van Snelheid slipped slightly back from Marcus Thunder, so he might struggle to pick up the slipstream, which could give Addison a chance to come back at him. Another driver who's going to be somewhat vulnerable here down the straight is Adrian Simon. He has not pulled away from Puccio Giordano. The Italian could well come back and try and take second place back once again here. And indeed, I think he is. Giordano pulls out. And he's going to have, once again, the inside line. Adrian Simon is going to lose second place. He squeezes Giordano, but Giordano's already through. Back into second goes the home hero.
Yeah, he's putting on a really impressive display so far here this afternoon, and it's kind of been needed after a slightly absent season. He's been pretty much shown the way by his younger teammate, Hunter Wright. Is he younger? His less experienced teammate, for sure. You know, Hunter Ryan's been... Oh, they kind of bunch up on the apex there. But yeah, it's... You know, I forgot where I was going with the point.
He's been sort of shown the way?
Yeah, pretty much. He's not had the kind of season we would expect from a driver of Pucci's caliber. Like we saw from him at Westwood last year. Absolutely phenomenal performances, and we're starting to see a bit of a glimpse of that today.
Absolutely, as we go on board with Marcus Thunder then. Sat 5th in this little train for second place. I'll tell you what this battling is doing though. It's allowing Nathaniel Powers to absolutely scarper out front. He's now 3.5 seconds clear of this squabble.
Yeah, on obviously same tyres as the Porsche Mastral guys, but crucially on harder tyres than what Giordano, Thunder and his own teammate.
Yep. Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
That could well eliminate the front runners on the super softs from the races. Here we go.
It could indeed, as I think Giordano... No, Giordano's covered it this time. Puccio Giordano has defended his second place as Ruiz and Simon. Now wheel to wheel then for third, and it's Simon who just holds on ahead of Ruiz. Then Ruiz couldn't get that one done. And for I think the first time this race, we've not seen a change of position there.
Yes, very well placed defence there.
Oh, here we go, Ruiz down the inside. Oh, I thought he was going to try and stick the nose in there, but backed out of it at the last minute.
We've got a pit stop in the back of the field from Dominic Hansen. Very sideways there from Seymour. As he may be feeling the pressure there. Obviously, these guys now costing themselves time off of Giordano, who's managed to fill out a 1.3 second gap.
I was going to say that slide at Lesmo 1 has really cost Adrian Simon. He's now 1.3 back, and there goes Ruiz then down into the Ascari chicane on Rico Ruiz. Takes third place from his teammate.
Oh, does he? Ooh. Simon wanted to keep that foot in there. Also, this is a very long stop. Hansen. Yeah, Rob, down to you.
Yeah, there's very little of Dominic Hansen's car left, unfortunately, both the front and rear wing gone. But I'm going to hand you back because we're about to get onto the home straight, and I'm sure we're going to see some excellent action.
We are. Do some digging about in the paddock, see if you can find out what happened, because we haven't got a replay yet, and we might not if the action continues.
Ruiz has pulled a gap to his teammate, which could leave Adrian Simon vulnerable then to Marcus Thunder here as they head down into turn 1. In fact, though, no, Thunder hasn't pulled out, and it's Klaas van Snelhout who looks to gain ground. Van Snelhout down inside of Marcus Thunder. The two are wheel to wheel, but it's going to be Van Snelhout who comes out on top and up into 5th place.
Looked like a little bit of contact there on exit, Bradley. I think just the front left of Thunder's car. No, well, just there was tyre banging.
They're coming back at Van Snelhout though. Van Snelhout covers the inside line. Thunder can't look around the outside and just about holds off Addison as well.
Very cleverly defended. Put his car in just the right spot. Knows exactly how to defend in there. Obviously, he's already pulled off a couple of...
Oh, that's a late dive.
Yeah, a bit cheeky.
Felix Perez on Alar Kanga and all over the curb on the inside to avoid running into the Estonian. As we have a replay now. Oh, that...
He's lucky he didn't collect Barkley with him. He just drove into the wall.
Is that Hansen?
Yeah,
that had the number
where's
42
the rear
on
wing
it?
gone in that? Like, the rear wing was still on, as Giordano now is... Although Ruiz has closed in a little bit, I'll say who has as well. Simon has gotten the gap down this lap, so he's probably going to look for a move into the first game.
Yeah, Simon's absolutely roared up to the back of his teammate this time round. Neither of them, though, have really closed up to Giordano. And I think this is the thing. Once you fall out of the slipstream here, it's really difficult to catch back up, especially if you're involved in a battle. As I think Dominic Hansen has just come out of the pits ahead of these guys.
Yeah, oh, that could spice things up, eh?
That could give Giordano a slipstream to pull even further clear.
Yeah, obviously I can't imagine Giordano have too much trouble clearing again. Speaking of, though, clearing, that is Perez passed before the braking zone, moves over to cover, then back to the inside for some reason.
Yeah, it's he's just covering his lines, isn't he?
Yeah, just covering all of them.
I'll tell you what, really impressive drive so far from Finn Schneider to be keeping up with Kanga and Perez. Oh, in fairness though, Kanga is on mediums, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Still, Schneider is ahead of a few of the super soft runners, and don't forget, AMR have had a pretty torrid run of the events. As here we go, Hunter Ryan. This will be the rear wing loss.
No, that's a front wing. That's a front wing gone for Hunter Ryan.
Is it Schneider? No, that's Mayer.
I was going to say, I'm guessing that's Max Mayer, isn't it? But yeah, either way, that is Hunter Ryan into the pits. And as his teammate then is up in second place, Hunter Ryan is second last.
Yeah, that's a bitter pill to swallow, but it's very much an unconventional tale for how the season has unfolded so far.
Really sideways there from Simon around the Parabolica then. That's going to cost him on the exit as Klaas van Snelheid and Marcus Thunder looking for a run. But no, in fact, it's Van Snelheid has faltered, and it's Thunder down the inside then as Simon is looking at his teammate. Adrian Simon down the inside of Enrico Ruiz. Can he get that done for third place? He can indeed. Ruiz is going to try and hang it on the inside of the second corner, but nothing doing there. Simon goes through, and Thunder has gone back past Van Snelheid for fifth as well. And Simon puts Ruiz on the grass then on the exit of the Retafilio chicane.
Brutal racing there between the two teammates. As again, they're going side by side. Simon moves to cover him off. Ruiz goes around the outside, which will turn to the inside, the second part of the corner. Wow. These guys are really not leaving anything on the track.
Oh, wheel to wheel, Ruiz! Simon switched around the outside, he's lost it! Adrian Simon spins off into the gravel then at Lesmo. And I think he's rejoined right into Will Hoskins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is... and the both of them out of the race then, and that's taken Sean Matson with them. And that was just unbelievable. Adrian Simon with what looked to be a beautiful move then, back around the outside of his teammate, but you sensed something like that was coming. They were pushing one another so hard.
Yeah, and they didn't need to be. They could have played the team game. They had the numbers advantage at the front. They didn't need to get that close.
And look how far they are now behind Giordano as well.
Yeah.
5 seconds back and pretty much 10 seconds back from the lead. Giordano pits though, and Klaas van Snelheid in as well.
So Rob, down to you in the pit lane. Give us a little bit of pit strategy talk. And
so the super soft runners coming in on lap 11. That's perfect for a 3-stop strategy. Oh, who was that? It was Van Snelheid. Slightly balked there as he had to wait for Thunstrom to come in. So interesting there. But as you say, 3-stop strategy nailed on for these super soft runners. Another couple of laps for the 2-stop strategy to work for, you'd anticipate for these soft tyres. But absolute chaos at the front there. As you say, I think it was inevitable that something was going to happen. No love lost between the Porsche pairing, and once again they've pushed each other to the limit and beyond.
Yeah, that's not
time and again. Oh, sorry, Bradley, go on.
There we go. That's a replay. So Simon was round the outside, but just too wide and sort of out onto the marbles, and then didn't look before rejoining. And mind you, I think he'd already been collected at that point. So we've missed the contact there on board with Adrian Simon. And here we go, on board with Hoskins. Yeah, so Simon rejoined without looking, and Hoskins. I mean, he could have gone to the inside, but I think at that speed he'd have only lost it himself and hit the inside wall.
Oh, just slowed down the video, not the car. Never mind.
Yeah, again, John Matson kind of left with nowhere to go in the dust. As I was going to say, Giordano, that's hampered him coming out behind Vasquez, but he sweeps around the outside. At the first part of the Ascari chicane, Giordano's now giving himself a little bit of clear air to make the most of those super soft tyres.
Yeah, obviously he's got the much slower Westerby Kinnaman in front, and then Farini on the mediums, I think, or the softs.
Farini is the softs. On the.
Oh, here we go. We've
softs,
got, is that that's not Hopkins. That's Perez up the inside of Thunstrom into turn 1. Later on the brakes, but Thunstrom's trying to fight him back, but Perez slams the door on the Swede.
Yeah, and obviously both of those on the soft tyres.
Yes, So the top 4. No, not Addison. Addison's. No, that's Farini.
5. Top 5.
Top 6.
All on the softs now.
Top 6 are all on softs, and then 7th and 8th are on the mediums.
Yes, we can count. Farini, I tell you what, that's a great effort from Farini, from 16th on the grid to be up to 6th.
He's definitely made the most of that little period of attrition there, and that's
good point.
Exactly what Franklin need.
3 cars in front of him have pitted, 3 cars have retired. Okay, yeah, he hasn't made that many places.
But he's now put himself in a good track position to try and make the most of it.
He has, this is true. As we see, that is, who's that? That's Thunder right in the wheel tracks of Yukumi Takahashi. Looks to the inside at this Garish game, but nothing doing there. But you sense that won't be long.
Actually, as well. Just thinking about that, look at how, where did he start? He's 17th?
That's a good question. No, I think he had a fairly decent, he was 13th on the grid.
Okay, so.
But
still a
medium
fairly good
tyres,
showing
at least
towards
he
that.
hasn't really lost anything.
Yeah, to be fair.
Well, in fact, he's 2 places up. Admittedly, those 2 places are about to disappear to Thunder and Van Schnellheid. But, you know, as Marcus Thunder dives down the inside of Takahashi,
Oh, he
Takahashi
squeezes
squeezes
him
him, but Thunder is definitely going to have the traction on those fresh super softs. And, yeah, just absolutely clears off out of the first chicane there. And now Klaas Van Schnellheid tucked up behind Takahashi's rear wing. And surely will look for a move into the Della Roggia chicane, or will he?
I think he's probably playing the safe game there, Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tucks in, waits for a good opportunity, probably for Scari. Or maybe he just has to wait into turn 1 the following lap.
Yeah, could do, although he won't want to let Thunder get too far into the distance. Obviously, I'm sure Van Schnellheid will have been hoping to already be clear of Marcus Thunder. And indeed, Puccio Giordano, obviously, you won't have expected this, but... yeah, not quite been the start that the Dutchman wanted, as that is Giordano going past Timo Kinnaman and up into 8.
Yes, current Ocelot driver versus former Ocelot driver, and the current comes out on top.
Indeed,
former Western
Thunstrom must have got back ahead of Perez.
He has.
I'll tell you what this is doing. This is allowing Alar Kanga onto the back of this little train. And Kanga on the mediums could be in a really good position here then, as Perez pulls out and goes down the inside of Maximilian Thunstrom into turn 1. And that is Perez through and back up into 4th.
Yeah, and obviously Farini joining the fight, as well as you say, Kanga doing a pretty stellar effort on harder tyres, as Vasquez gets easily passed there by... by Thunder for 10th place.
Yeah, pretty much swept aside there then, wasn't he, James Vasquez? Thunder pretty much drove by him as though he didn't exist.
We've got a quick moment. I think Rob's got some information on pit deltas and a possible rival for the race win.
Yeah, you're looking at Alar Kanga there, Bradley. I think that Power's cause has very much been aided by the fact that we've seen Will Hoskins being removed from the race forcibly. But Alar Kanga, the top remaining medium tired runner, the delta on the pit lane's around 25 seconds. So other than the drivers on the similar tyre strategy for Powers, Kanga's really his closest rival, but he has now reached that
Powers
25
pits.
seconds.
Sorry, Rob, Powers pits.
Yes,
You'll
I know.
see him
I'm
in front.
sitting here watching him. He comes into the pits and would be interesting to see how he can do. So as I say, it's about 25 seconds, and it was very much reaching that pretty much spot on with the delta between Powers and Kanga. So be interesting to see just where he comes out. In fact, there you go. Good stop as well, 3.3 seconds. He might well just about manage to hold on to the lead. I think it'll be side by side by the exit.
Yeah, and there we go. As you see Nathaniel Powers come out, Klaas Van Schnellheid? No, Alar Kanga is just behind him, but Powers does indeed resume the lead then as Ruiz comes out just behind Klaas Van Schnellheid. And so Ruiz slots out in 7th, Giordano and Thunder then 3rd and 4th. So it's shaken out here. Farini has resumed in 13th, just behind Thunstrom in 12th.
Well, that could have been
Perez has lost out in the pit stops. Felix Perez has dropped to 16th behind Farini in the pit stops then.
Farini's also done pretty poorly in the pit stops, as Wagner also on the mediums is not quite matching his teammates. Oh, he's spun. I forgot. Wagner
was the first casualty of Lesmo 1.
Yes, spinning the exact same way actually as his Porsche pal. I'm going to call him that.
Porsche pals, I like that.
Porsche pals, yeah.
I'm sure Rob won't.
That's what the group chat is.
Further back, that is Ruiz going past Van Schnellheid then. Enrique Ruiz on the fresh soft tyres, past Klaas Van Schnellheid, who's on, well, not that old super softs, and Ruiz determined to try and make advantage of this. Klaas Van Schnellheid's going to come back at him then, down the inside into the parabolica. Surely that's not going to work. No, it's not.
The dirt, but he keeps it under control. Incredible driving.
Yeah, Ruiz holds it around the outside then. I was just going to say, obviously, we didn't get to cover it because Powers dived in. But on the in-lap, or the lap before the in-lap then, Ruiz was half a second quicker than Nathaniel Powers.
Why did they come in so early? If they're still getting... Oh, wait, I see what you mean. Powers at the same time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because, don't forget though, Powers has clear air and he did have Dominic Hansen in front of him for at least the parabolica.
Yes, that's true. He could have obviously lost some time there. As Puccio Giordano now right up behind Alar Kanga, and you sense this is only going to be a matter of time.
Yeah, obviously tyre differential. I would also maybe argue the Ocelot might be slightly faster than the Lopez at this phase of the season. It's a bit depending on circuit.
I don't think that's even a question mark, is it?
But Kanga will do everything he can, because obviously he knows he's in this for a good result, and he needs... Here he goes, yeah, defends it.
Wow! Kanga
Giordano
covers
does
the
not
inside
care.
line, and Giordano goes, fine, I'll drive around you.
There are 2 lines in this corner. I will just use the other one.
But yeah, brilliant
very
there
good
from...
driving there Puccio. And he's now, again, back within 4 seconds of powers. It's not enough, because obviously he has to pit about 5 laps. I'm just wondering, though, obviously the soft tyres only went 3 laps longer than the supers. I'm just wondering, are the mediums going to pull off a 1-stop? Because if they aren't, that could really put them in trouble. We'll get Rob's opinion in this second, I guess.
Yeah, we're only, we're only 2 laps away now from, it's going to be lap 19, isn't it, the 2-stop window is Kanga. Kanga comes back at Giordano, Giordano on the outside line. Kanga is putting himself in a great position here as he goes back through into second.
Now that's Porsche power.
I'll tell you what, is that... Thunder's on the super softs as well, isn't he? But Thunder right up with this pair.
Yes,
As Kanga defending brilliantly from Giordano. Giordano looks to the inside, but Kanga's covered that one. Thunder round the outside. Marcus Thunder's done Puccio Giordano, and he's up into third.
Incredible overtake. Thunder's been having a fantastic season, and that is just more proof of what we've seen so far. A bit wobbly.
I thought we were going to see another casualty at the first Lesmo there then.
But that is just him on the absolute ragged edge. He's really driving nuts off that car. He smells a good result, I think.
He absolutely does, and I think now he's going to breeze past Kanga, perhaps not into Ascari, because he doesn't look like he's setting it up. But, yeah. See, Thunder's been smart here. He's not overtaken there, and he's not going to give Kanga the slipstream. He's going to do it down the main straight into turn 1 and give himself a lap to pull a gap.
Yeah, it's pretty smart, actually. Obviously, because if he just does it down here or whatever, then, as you say, into the rest of Filio, he's going to leave himself so vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Some, good racecraft.
Here we go then, the exit of the Parabolica, and Thunder is already up and pulls alongside Kanga as they cross the start-finish line. So Marcus Thunder moves into second place then. Giordano's going to go past Kanga as well, surely. Looks to the inside, no, Kanga's covered him off. Kanga's looking back at going back past Thunder. But obviously he can't do that one as Ruiz and Van Snelheid are still fighting it out. Van Snelheid goes back through into 5th place then, and Giordano didn't get through on Kanga. So Thunder now with a great opportunity to pull away, and he already is doing 8/10 clear as they round Curva Grande.
This is brilliant stuff. I'm loving this.
Oh, Giordano throws one up the inside, but it's not enough. But that's going to a wrong-footed Kanga. I wonder if Giordano can take advantage through the Lesmos.
Yeah, as Van Snelheid again takes that place or defends it. I can't tell who. They're just yo-yoing all the time.
Yeah,
but they are
brilliant racing.
They're taking themselves out of the race for like the podium, really, because Kanga is,
Yeah, look at the gap Thunder's pulled. He's 2 seconds clear.
Yeah.
He's done exactly what he hoped for as Giordano down the inside of Kanga into the Ascari chicane. He's not going to get that one done, but why hasn't he learned from Thunder? You don't overtake there, it's not going to work, and they're pushing themselves back into Klaas Van Snelheid and Enrique Ruiz.
I'm just wondering, this is the first time that Ocelot have been in a position like this all year. Giordano, having had a hard year as well, might just be getting a little bit flustered behind the wheel there, seeing his rivals go forward and getting stuck behind the Estonian. I think maybe temperatures are flaring in that cockpit. Here he goes, looks to the outside in the run down to turn 1. It's a long drag race all the way down, but he's ahead before the braking zone. He gets that place done.
Yeah, Giordano is through and clear now then into 3rd place, and he needs to make the most of this lap. He needs to pull a gap to Kanga so he doesn't get slipstreamed back, but I'm not sure the Ocelot's got the pace in it.
It hasn't, no. Obviously, the
Lucas.
Yeah, no, I was just going to finish my comments, my point there. Oh, Klaas now. Oh, around the outside.
Whoa!
De La Rogia sideways. Keeps it under control. Fantastic move, and suddenly Giordano's vulnerable to the Downton.
Absolutely. He has got a bit of a second gap, but you expect Klaas Van Snelheid will close that down then. There's
Tell you what, Kinnaman's still keeping track of this battle a little bit. He's not a mile away.
It's a great effort. Kinnaman on the mediums.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he's only a handful of seconds behind Kanga.
He is at all. Although I think that's more to do with Kanga's incredible defensive driving from quicker guys behind.
Absolutely, but Kanga himself is only, perfect timing, 11.5 seconds off the race lead. I know they're both on one more stop, but that puts him surely in a pretty good position.
Very aggressive defence there from Ruiz, flicking out to force Addison right to the inside before rejoining the racing line. That was a little bit cheeky there from the Brazilian.
Absolutely, as this is a great run. Addison as Ruiz gets boxed in behind Kanga, but now Kanga slides across and covers off Addison, and Ruiz now has the inside line and the free air and goes through into 5th place.
The cynic would say that was very well executed by 2 Porsche teams, but in all honesty, that was just Addison putting himself on the wrong place in the track there. You know you're going to get boxed in behind the lead car.
Absolutely. As just interesting to note as well, we are now on to lap 20. So we are in one-stop territory. The mediums haven't pitted as Addison flies up the inside of Alar Kanga. He wasn't impressed with that, was he? And Addison storms through at the De La Rogia chicane.
Yeah, let him know as much. And look, all of that, as you were saying, that's now put Kinnaman just within a second of Kanga. So
yeah,
doing both cars, obviously wouldn't have known about it at the time, but doing both of them a lot of favours.
Who have they got in front of them on the softs? It's Powers, Ruiz, and Addison, isn't it?
Powers,
because Thunder, Giordano, and Van Schnellheide have 2 stops to go still. Whereas obviously the mediums have 1. So Kanga and Kinnaman kind of a net 4th and 5th at the moment.
I don't want to talk about it.
Giordano peels in then for his 2nd stop. Klaas Van Schnellheide follows him down to Rob in the pits.
So here we go, the super soft runners making their 2nd stop. It's going to be a nailed on 3 stop for definite now if it wasn't before. Oh wow, Giordano there, very close to Thunder. And Thunder are close on the exit there. That's going to cost the Italian a little bit. Not that much in terms of the stop itself, but I think, looking at the time, I think it's costed maybe half a second, so it's not too bad. But he comes out in 12th place. It'll be interesting to see whether he can make up some more time.
I'll tell you what's interesting, Thunder's come out just ahead of Thierry Zylander, got a couple of seconds of clear air, then it's his teammate, then it's another 5 seconds of clear air. So Thunder, that's worked out pretty nicely for the British driver. Meanwhile, Giordano and Van Schnellheide have ended up in traffic once again, and with quite a bit of overtaking to do. Thankfully, it doesn't seem too difficult here today at Monza.
No, they're both making it look pretty easy as they're, case in point, up the inside. Although Wagner fights it back.
Wagner tried to hang that one, but it wasn't going to work on 20 lap old mediums compared to fresh super softs, was it?
Look at how much more confidence Powers can, Van Schnellheide can just throw the car into the corner with. As Ruiz here, the 2nd man on track, Addison right up his chuff, looking for a good opportunity.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Addison could go straight through here.
Yeah, if he gets another good run, obviously Ruiz doesn't have the roadblock of Kanga to protect himself this time.
Nor a slipstream.
Straight dogfight.
And there we go. Addison pulls out alongside Enrique Ruiz, and Nick Addison is going to storm through into 2nd place.
Yeah, very, very, very predictable move there, but that's how this goes. Ruiz now has to keep his focus on making sure he stays close enough to attack back next lap. We've got Zylander in the pits. I think this is Hunter Ryan. No, this is Giordano.
Giordano now. Beautiful on Perez. Perez covers the inside line. Giordano, once again, is fine. I'll drive around the outside of you.
Lets himself through the other way. Well, Rob's got some notes for us on how Powers is doing today. He's got a bit of a pace on him on today. I don't know what I'm saying. He's looking fast.
Yeah, Nathaniel Powers, if we have one thing to say about him this season, he's looking fast probably is a good way to put it. He's already a full pit stop ahead of all but the top 5. And with 1 stop to go, I mean, that's a pretty good place to be, bearing in mind that most of the people behind him also have 1 stop to go. So another, you'd have to say, dominant performance from Nathaniel Powers, perhaps aided by the battling between the guys early on in the race, and then a couple of the contenders you'd have to say, particularly, I'd say Hoskins in the medium. It would have been nice to see where he was going to end up. But another absolutely sensational performance from Nathaniel Powers. Could you say it's too early to call it a champion's drive?
We are going to have to cut across you because Ruiz is coming up the inside now into the Rettifilio chicane, and he's got that done. So he's done exactly we've got the medium tyres in the pit, so we'll cut back down to you in a sec. We've got the Lucas boys going at it.
I think that's an orchestrated move there to let Thunder past his teammate, and perfect sense as well it makes.
Yeah, clean stops from the Westwood and Lopez boys as well. I personally don't think you could call this a champion's drive yet, but it's certainly headed that way.
I mean, he is pretty far clear, isn't he? And if the race were to end like this, for example, he'd be nearly 3 wins clear at the top of the field, I think.
Yeah.
It's
For me, a champion's drive is overcoming insurmountable odds, not leading from pole from lights to flag. But there is something to be said for an utter display of dominance, which is what we're seeing today.
Absolutely. Should also be mentioned that, and I know you're both going to laugh, Downton could clinch the Constructors' Championship today. However,
it's taken 24 laps.
Yeah, it's like any second he gets a chance.
However, as it stands, they will not do so, and Lopez, Mathershaw and Franklin will all remain in the hunt.
For how long, though? That's the real question.
Ooh,
Well,
speaking
yeah.
of the hunt, we've got Giordano up the inside of the Parabolica, but Klaas takes advantage
He's
of
been
that.
had.
Sweeps around the outside. But Giordano's going to come back at him now with that Alfa Romeo.
There we go.
Alfa Romeo power unit. As I have a stroke on live caddy. Don't record. Here we go.
Giordano
up the inside.
Yeah.
Late move. Not got the traction or the confidence to claim that space on the outside. As there goes Kanga on Barkley. Kinnaman will look to follow him through, fairly sharpish here. Yes, we've now got, here we go, Ruiz is still second, still battling out with Addison. They've been swapping places, but didn't seem to do so last lap, although Addison might just be biding his time. Giordano, not happy with that overtake, will be looking to rapidly get himself back past Klaas van Snelheid.
Yes, sorry, I was distracted.
Yes, I just, there was just silence, so I just figured I'd just keep on talking.
No, absolutely brilliant. As
yeah.
That is Van Snelheid then into 8th, as you say, ahead of Puccio Giordano. They will be hoping to clear Felix Perez fairly swiftly because Marcus Thunder, who obviously they were right with, is now some, 7-8 seconds up the road.
Addison,
as this is,
up the inside, swapping places again. So it's going to be a case of who gets it right on one lap and is able to fill out a gap.
I'll tell you what, this as now Klaas van Snelheid pulls out and goes past Felix Perez then for 7th place. I think Giordano is too far back to attempt a move as well, and that's put a car then between Van Snelheid and Giordano. So Giordano's great early form starting to slip slightly. I wonder if this is almost orchestrated from Addison and Ruiz up front, slipstreaming one another every lap in a bid to close up on powers. But if it is, it's not working because that overtake just cost them both a second.
Yeah, he's still putting out a gap because the time that they're gaining in the slipstream is just being negated completely. By the time they're losing side by side at the apex, because it's a tight chicane, so you really do compromise yourself when you go wheel to wheel with another race car there.
Yeah, very much so, and it's I think it's a nice idea from the pair of them. Needs to be better executed.
Absolutely, yes. But again, I think that they're coming up on Farini's still doing quite a nice job there, to be honest.
He is. It's been a solid, if sort of like inconspicuous race from Farini. We've not really seen. Actually, I don't think we've seen him at all. As once again, then wheel to wheel down the main straight, go Ruiz and Addison. Ruiz goes back through on the Australian and into 2nd place. And well, this time they've not really lost any time to powers, but they've not gained anything either.
No, so they're the best that they can hope for with this strategy that they've got at the moment. Well, I say strategy with what is happening at the moment. The best that they can get out of that is just... as Perez goes for a late move. Nothing doing there, but Giordano's not been able to pass him this lap.
No, I think Perez had a really good toe there then from Klaas van Snelheid. As you see, he nearly got the overtake done into turn 1 to get back through on Van Snelheid, and that just didn't give Giordano any opportunity. As this is Barkley on the inside of Alar Kanga. How has Barkley got in amongst these guys?
He's
on the soft.
He still needs to stop, yeah. But interesting that he's gone for attack Kanga rather than allow his teammate through. But also, Kanga's not escaped.
He hasn't, no. Kinnaman doing a phenomenal job here to stick with the Estonian.
Driving the nuts off of that vehicle, Bradley. I'll tell you that much right now.
He absolutely is. As this is... Do you know, I thought that was only Ruiz then. Addison was so close behind him, I could only see Ruiz. I thought Addison had vanished.
Addison? No, that's his shadow, son.
But yes, the two of them still absolutely nose to tail then. And this is going to be another overtake. Addison is going to take back 2nd position.
He certainly is, because he just feels like it.
Or is he?
Yeah.
Ruiz holds it. Yep, no, he is. Never
Got
mind.
to be like just shedding so many parts from the floor, like clambering over those sausage curbs there, because they're obviously very high curbs.
Yeah, but look at that. Ruiz squeezed him to the inside again. They went wheel to wheel, and they've lost themselves another second to Powers.
Yeah, soon Powers will have a pit stop to everyone.
He will, yes, because it's about 20 seconds here, isn't it, we've seen?
I think Rob said 25. Barkley's gotten past Kanga.
Great effort. Hopefully we get a replay of that one as Klaas van Snelheid now on the back of Danilo Ferrini. We'll be hoping to get that move done fairly swiftly, as he is. Yeah, he's still, that's some 7-8 seconds behind Thunder then. Van Snelheid and Giordano have really lost out in this stint of Thunder. Thunder's driven brilliantly.
Yeah, he's been doing a fantastic. But then, as I said to you earlier,
Here we go. Sorry, this is Van Snelheid down the inside of Ferrini into the Ascari chicane. Back end kicks out a little bit, but Klaas van Snelheid gets the move done. And Giordano still stuck behind Perez, but you sense this will be his opportunity. He's now got 2 cars in front of him, giving him a tow. Surely he's got to get one of them down the main straight.
Yeah, he's got to play it smart though, because obviously we saw Addison get boxed in. Oh my God!
Boxed in.
Yeah, he got boxed. There we go.
Here they go again.
Addison and Simon go wheel to wheel for the 50th time. Ruiz, Simon's not racing anymore.
Simon binned it a lot earlier. Do you know? I don't know if Giordano's going to do it. You know, I don't think he is. Ferrini and Perez then both in the tow from Klaas van Snelheid, and there was nothing Giordano could do with that.
It looks like a case of who's going to blink first, to be honest, Bradley.
It does, as Kinnaman's past Kanga and battling his teammate.
Oh, that definitely wasn't that definitely wasn't in the script. But so something's gone on there that we need to get a replay of.
Yeah, he's through. Kinnaman is through into 11th.
That's a stellar effort, and everybody in front of him now. Is he the lead car?
Kinnaman is the lead car on the medium tyres.
Everybody in front of Kinnaman now has to stop one more time.
That's a brilliant drive so far from the Finn after a stellar qualifying session. As race leader Nathaniel Powers then, he's 16 seconds clear and dives into the pits for his second stop. Rob.
Well, right on cue here. Tumo Kinnaman about to take the lead of the... Not quite, Lily, I'm sorry.
Oh, so excited.
Powers stops here. It's going to be hopefully... Oh, and it's a bit tight there.
Hello.
Thierry's Island. Oh, we've made contact with the front wing. I think he's going to be all right, though. 3.3 second stop again. Another really good stop from Downton. But it's going to be difficult. Hopefully, there wasn't too much damage there from Powers. Be interesting to see how he can react to that. A little bit fraught in the pit lane.
Yeah.
So, and we've got Addison and Ruiz, and oh my God, all of them. Everyone's in.
The whole
going to be
lot.
interesting though. There are people far enough back that I think Kinnaman may well leapfrog quite a few of them. It's going to be interesting to see how far he is. 9th, 7th place for Tumo Kinnaman.
Not bad going, and he's still got the super soft runners in front to make their stops, I believe. I think that was the soft tide runners.
It certainly was. So yeah, the only way is up for Tumo Kinnaman as long as nobody overtakes him on track.
Yeah, obviously Westwood have a history of heartbreak at Monza, and let's hope history does not repeat itself today. As we're now just watching the Estonian after losing that place, he is going to be eager to get that back very quickly.
Absolutely, only 10 laps to go, and look at the front, it's quite close. Marcus Thunder, I don't even with the tyre differential. Marcus Thunder, 1.5 seconds off the lead of the race. That's a pretty impressive performance.
Yeah, I can't stress enough how impressed I've been with Marcus Thunder today. And indeed, a lot of the season, as we hit lap 30 now, watching Tumo Kinnaman down towards the Parabolica. He's got Kanga right on his tail, hasn't he? There's going to be a bit of squabbling here.
He does. Kanga's not keen to let him get away, is he?
Absolutely not. Obviously, I think Kinnaman was benefiting a lot from Barkley there, acting as a rear gunner. But here we go, Kanga straight past, probably before the braking zone even.
Yeah, looks like he'll get that one done comfortably. Kinnaman's not giving it up.
He squeezes
him to the inside, but yeah, Kanga does indeed get the move done then.
Yeah,
As further back, we've got more battling. That's Takahashi. Takahashi and Schneider running 9th and 10th.
Yeah, obviously Schneider does have to stop again though.
I think Takahashi does as well.
Takahashi's on the mediums. He's done.
Is he?
Yeah. He's there.
Oh!
He's a few seconds off of Kanga and Kinnaman, but he's there on pace.
This is that could be brilliant then for Yukimi Takahashi.
After he was cruelly denied a good finish in France, he's looking good at the moment.
He certainly
is. Thunstrom right up his chuff though.
Yeah, well and truly, as we see Marcus Thunder then in second place ahead of Klaas van Snelwijk, but that's not Van Snelwijk behind him. I'm guessing that's the lapped Dominic Hansen.
I believe so.
Do you know, in fairness to him, since that early incident where something went wrong as Thunder pills into pits, but something went wrong for Hansen and he lost a load of time. Considering Powers is only a couple of seconds up the road, he's not lost a whole lot of time during this race.
No, he's done an alright job for himself. Bit of a redemption arc after.
Whoa! Sorry to cut across you guys this time. Marcus Thunder has just gone back and been pulled into the pits, as into his garage.
No, that's so disappointing.
Oh wow, that is absolute heartbreak for Marcus Thunder there. I don't know what it is. I'll see whether I can get some word from the guys down at Lucas. But that is such a shame.
Absolutely devastating then for Marcus Thunder, who was running second and looking really, really good in this race. Came in for a routine pit stop, but instead the team have wheeled the car into the garage and Thunder is out of the Italian V-Prix as Klaas van Snelwijk and Puccio Giordano pitting on the same lap, rejoin now in 8th and 11th, and that is all of their pit stops done. Thunder's teammate
going defensive.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Thunder's teammate Thunstrom trying to go past Takahashi. Takahashi covers inside. Thunstrom drives around him.
Thunstrom knows those super soft tired rounds are behind him. They're hungry. It's late in the race. He's sideways. He's getting a bit ragged now. Klaas van Snelwijk clears Takahashi. He's now on the back of Thunstrom. He surely is going to make this move quickly.
Absolutely. So is that all of the pit stops now?
That's everyone, I believe, barring anyone that's out of sync.
Yeah, so we are flat to the flag now then, as Klaas van Snelwijk on Maximilian Thunstrom dives down the inside at Ascari, and Van Snelwijk has done 2 in, a lap, and this was his move on Takahashi. So, sideways on the outside of Lesmo 1.
Yeah, and we've got news on that retirement, which will squeeze in quickly before the overtake action.
Yeah, it looks like it was an irreparable engine failure or some engine damage there for Marcus Thunder. Absolutely gutting for the British team there.
That is devastating. Thunder on for what surely would have been a brilliant result here then, as we go down the main straight. Danilo Farini in the wheel tracks of Yukimi Takahashi, surely going to breeze past into 8th place. No, Takahashi cuts across last minute in the braking zone, covers him off. Farini drives around the outside of him.
You cannot get better than that. That is phenomenal overtaking. I'll tell you who's going to be bricking it now, though. These two. I think they anticipate having a bit more of a gap back, and Takahashi acting as a bit more of a stopper in the bottle.
Yeah, they absolutely did. They've now only got, 4 seconds? Yeah, 4 seconds back to Klaas van Snelwijk. So, he's on fresh super softs. Surely these guys are going to get through.
I'll get mullered, yeah. There they are, looming in the distance, an ominous orange presence in the mirrors. It's going to be one, don't look away now, don't look away yet. It's going to be a bit of I'm quoting Crofty and that's gross, but
the one saving grace
here,
right at the end. The one saving grace here for Kanga and Kinnaman is that Klaas van Snelwijk doesn't have a slipstream.
No.
And him and Thunstrom could end up just swapping positions, which is going to cost them time, as we saw with Ruiz and Addison earlier to Powers. Meanwhile, Ruiz and Addison, there are now 2.5-3 seconds between them as Kinnaman in the slipstream of Alar Kanga looks to the inside line then, down into turn 1, and Kanga squeezes him. Kinnaman over the curb on the inside. Kinnaman's going to go through and up into 4th position.
Yeah, and here we go. Takahashi now defending from Giordano, who goes around the outside but can't get it done because he's got Perez in his way when he tries to make some kind of move. Now they're going to go side by side around the Curva Grande.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so close.
Brilliant driving then from the pair of them as they're still wheel to wheel. A twitch from Giordano as he gets ahead of Takahashi. Takahashi tries to come back at him, but he's not going to be able to do anything on those wearing mediums compared to the fresh super softs, and he's now got to defend from Felix Perez then. Currently the last man in the points is Yukimi Takahashi. I'll tell you what, interestingly as well, Van Snelwijk and Thunstrom didn't swap positions, and look how much it's gained them. They're now just 1.2 seconds behind Kanga.
Yeah, that's what's cost.
Oh, and they're side by side again. Kanga going back through into the Ascari chicane, pushes Kinnaman wide, and Klaas van Snelwijk is now going to be right with them.
Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit of impatience there, coming back to bite these two in the bum. They should have just kept on doing what they were doing.
Yeah, they absolutely should. This is as you say, this has hugely cost them, and not only to Van Snelheid, but possibly the soft-tired runners as well of Thunstrom and Farini.
Yeah, they worked so hard to try and keep that delta as Kinnaman cuts off the outside, and Van Snelheid says, right, okay, I'll go. Although he's not got the run on him.
No, he doesn't. Kinnaman
Kinnaman's
now
moved up
covers
the
the. Oh, he
inside
could have let him
Kanga.
through. Kinnaman covers the inside line. No, he's going for it on Kanga. Klaas Van
Yeah.
Snelheid can do nothing about it. Kinnaman doesn't get the move done, but he has held 5th position, although he looks incredibly vulnerable now.
He does. He's obviously got that larger gap now to Kanga. Van Snelheid looks very rapid. But
I'll
then
tell you, watch for
Thunstrom's coming
Thunstrom.
to
Watch for
play.
Thunstrom. Looking at Klaas Van Snelheid.
Yeah.
And Van Snelheid's boxed himself in behind
Thunstrom
Kinnaman.
goes
Van
round.
Thunstrom round the
Oh, they're
outside.
going side by side. Klaas Van Snelheid. They're going to go side by side. Someone's there's gonna be an
They're still
accident
wheel to
here.
wheel. Here we go, the through Lesmo one. Van Snelheid holds it. No, he doesn't.
down.
He's lost
He's
the
in
back
the
end.
wall.
Van
He's
Snelheid's
down.
hit the wall on the exit of Lesmo one. Klaas Van Snelheid has lost the back end of his car
Oh.
and thumped the inside wall and is out of the race.
And he's held up as well. So Giordano, Perez, Takahashi are gone from this fight now. There's no way they can get back in. Oh no, you just knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, that was inevitable, wasn't it? As they went in side by side, and yeah, Van Snelheid, he was out on the marbles and just lost the back end of the car. Interestingly, went to the inside as opposed to Wagner and Simon, who have gone to the outside of the corner,
Yeah,
and
that's
was
strange.
lucky not to take anyone else with him.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Kanga is now released, but Kinnaman's lost that crucial slipstream there, so he could be very vulnerable towards the end of the race.
He has Thunstrom.
now.
Thunstrom's also lost position to Farini.
Yeah. Oh, these two might start swapping. Here we go. He's looking up the inside. Yeah, under braking, but not quite close enough. Farini slams the door in his face. Says no, thank you. I don't want any of that.
No, absolutely. As what I was just gonna.
What heartbreak for.
What this does do now then, Nathaniel Powers with a race win and Van Snelheid with a retirement, this is going to put Powers a mile clear at the top of the championship.
I'm pretty sure the championship is already a foregone conclusion at this point.
Well, it might be, but you never know what could happen, but this is just mad. It also means Downton can no longer clinch the Constructors today, which I am slightly sad about.
Oh no, you'll just have to get it next time.
You know, we have another 4 races, it'll happen to someone, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I feel like Powers and Downton are looking absolutely imperious this year, and barring Pigs in the Sky, I can't see anyone displacing them at the top there.
It does seem to be heading that way, doesn't it? As
Yeah. He's put on he's just another characteristic, a flawless drive from Powers there. He's a pair that have been quite absent this afternoon.
I don't think we've actually seen them on screen. I'd forgotten what a North Star looked like.
No.
As that is
That is-
Brock Kidd and Johan Halsen battling out over 16th position.
Yeah, I think that might have been Kidd coming back past his teammate after obviously being on the... Oh! Kinnaman's under attack!
He
So
is, this
Kinnaman
is
loses
Farini.
fifth place.
Farini going through on Kinnaman, 5th place then. And Timo Kinnaman slips to 6th and will surely be passed by Maximilian Thunstrom as well, though. I tell you what, he's got 6 seconds behind him. That might be enough to hold off ahead of Perez and Giordano, you know.
Yeah, obviously doesn't help.
Oh,
They are back.
Thunstrom to
Oh,
the
he keeps
inside.
hold of it.
He's not going to put himself.
side.
He's not going to
No.
put himself on the outside, is he? No, Thunstrom slots in and lets Kinnaman
Oh,
resume the line.
Kinnaman
Kinnaman, the
did
back end
it.
kicks out at Lesmo 1, but I think he's held it.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're all
Giordano
doing
as
it now.
well.
Kinnaman, you'd imagine his best interest is just to let Thunstrom past. You need to just let him go. And
Let
just
him go,
take that
sit in the
step.
slipstream.
Yeah, keep yourself safe from Giordano and Perez fighting behind us. It looks like we're going to shape up for a move. Yeah, Perez up the inside into the Ascari chicane. Giordano likes this outside line though. He keeps it in there. They're still wheel to wheel. Perez comes out on top. What a brilliant little scrap this is. 3 different tyre strategies at the exact same point on the track at the end of the race. What? Kinnaman's got... No, he was already in front. I'm losing track of
I'll
what's
tell
happening.
you what though, Kinnaman will probably be quite keen to hold this 6th place, because 6th place for Westwood would move them ahead of AMR in the Constructors' Championship, whereas 7th won't.
Kinnaman, Sumo, just keep your feet a little bit.
He has unfortunately lost that position now to Thunstrom then. Slips to 7th, but if he can stick close, there's absolutely a chance to come back as Giordano defends the inside line from Felix Perez. Yukumi Takahashi still sat there in 10th place.
Yeah, he's still doing a stellar effort there. Also, he's got Vazquez right on him with Zylander not far behind and Wagner. But he is holding off that pressure, and he's, as you say, sticking with these two guys in front that are not even arguably, just definitely in faster machinery.
Yeah, well and truly. It's yeah, great drive so far from Takahashi. He's got James Vazquez right behind him. Thierry, well, to be fair, Zylander and Wagner aren't too far back either, so gonna have to keep his defensive boots on for these last couple of laps.
Farini is also having some trouble closing on Kanga, but he is now within a second, and this is when things will start to accelerate.
Yeah, that will put him within the slipstream range then, and surely Farini will be onto the back of the Estonian before long. Well, he's going to have to make it quick because there's only 2 laps to go here at Monza, that's Vazquez looking to the inside of Takahashi into the Parabolica, but thinks better of it.
Yeah, he gets very sideways under braking there, so everyone's kind of feeling it on their tyres now. They've all been going hard at it, hammer and tong for nearly 40 laps. Obviously
Absolutely.
not on the same set.
Interestingly, Powers just lost about a second to Ruiz in the last lap or 2.
Back markers maybe?
Could be. Although, well, I don't know, Hansen's the only one that's been lapped.
Oh, nice move there from Perez. Over the curbs, up the inside, bit late on the brakes, and he got it done.
Tell you what, Giordano's going to be really, well, and Ocelot are going to be really
Powers
disappointed
is losing
with
time,
it.
guys.
Oh, he is! The gap's down to 9 seconds!
Oh, no,
Hey, what's gone on here then?
Done.
Nathaniel Powers is losing the lead here at Monza, and it's 2.5. 1, surely.
Giordano's back
Ruiz
past
is
Perez, by
through.
the way.
Ruiz is into the lead. With
Powers
just
has had the
Powers
ball.
is off. Powers is in the gravel trap. Parked
Looks
up
like a
at the
suspension
Ascari
failure.
chicane. Nathaniel Powers then, with just over a lap to go, is out here at the Italian V-Prix. And here's how it happened.
Oh my
Down
God.
into the Ascari. That's a brake failure for the championship leader.
Downton have had maybe 2 or 3 double retirements their entire racing career, and there you go. I'm just wondering if he made contact with Milkovic at some point while lapping him, and in doing so, damaged his car.
That is unbelievable for Nathaniel Powers, who has dominated here to pole position.
Look at
He's
this
led
train.
every lap
There's
of the
gonna be a
race, looked
crash here.
absolutely imperious as we've got 6 cars all fighting
There's
over the same
the
piece of
bit of
tarmac,
Wagner's
and
round.
round goes Wagner at the Parabolica then on the outside. As Lily suggested, there was probably going to be an incident, and there was.
Second time this race, the soon-to-be retired Wagner puts his car the wrong way round into a... Just spins. He spins. I don't know why I'm trying to be fancy with my words. Crucially, though, Farini being able to catch up to and pass Kanga, that has now lifted him onto the podium.
This has suddenly turned into a really, really brilliant result for Franklin and Ruiz, who's just had a win handed to him on a plate, as Felix Perez defending for all his life from Puccio Giordano. This is now for 7th. Vazquez and Takahashi are into the points, and Kinnaman's back up into 6th as a result of Powers' retirement.
Which, as you mentioned, as long as Kinnaman can keep it on the black
Well,
stuff.
he's 8 seconds ahead of Perez.
Yeah, so all he's got to do is keep it together. All
Indeed.
the car's got to do is hold.
Absolutely, as
But this is
Enrique
the man
Ruiz
today.
exits the Parabolica for the final time, and this was not at all something I was expecting to say, but it's Enrique Ruiz who crosses the line here at Monza to win the Italian V-Prix of 2021, and I don't even think he'd have expected that a handful of laps ago. Powers was so far clear, as it's Nick Addison then across the line in 2nd place, and Danilo Farini will complete the podium, but Ruiz...
Grande!
Yeah, there he is.
I mean, what
Grazie,
can you say?
ragazzi!
That was
It's-
it was a good
That is unbelievable.
to be obviously to put himself in that position to keep himself. Oh, just misses out on the line there. Perez just holds on in front of Giordano, who's had an interesting afternoon. But yeah, Ruiz will be, I think, a bit, as you said, quite surprised. Rob, move your mic away from your mouth.
I think even Ruiz will be almost
I'd imagine-
disappointed for Powers there. No one wants to inherit a win like that.
No, I mean, thing is, that's the thing as well, because these guys have been racing together for years. Ruiz will know that he's done everything he needed to kind of keep in the right spot. But yeah, no, at the end of the day, though, a win's a win, and others' misfortune is...
Yeah, absolutely is. At the end of the day, you've got to make the whole race distance, and that was something that Powers' brakes just apparently weren't happy to do. As Enrique Ruiz then returns to the pits to start the celebrations and the podium. Here come the drivers then, out onto the podium. In 3rd place for his 2nd rostrum of the season, for JFPT Franklin Honda, it's Danilo Farini. In second place for his third podium of the year and his first one not on the top step. Also for JFPT Franklin Honda, it's Nick Addison. And onto the top step then for the second time this season for Coca-Cola Porsche Team Mattershore, Enrique Ruiz. And in his honour, the Brazilian national anthem. So there we have it then. Enrique Ruiz inherits the victory after a late brake failure for long-time race leader Nathaniel Powers. Great drive from Alar Kanga to salvage fourth ahead of Maximilian Thunderstrom. Tumo Kinnaman, gotta be driver of the day, sixth place for Westwood. A phenomenal result as Perez, Giordano, Vazquez and Takahashi with his second ever points finish round out the scorers. Brockhid and Johan Halverson fought their way through the field for North Star. Finn Schneider, unlucky to just miss out on points in 13th place and at the bottom. The list of the retirements then, including Powers, Van Schnellheid and Thunder, all of whom were seemingly in with a shout of a really great result. Thunder did salvage fastest lap, but it will be of little consolation. In the Drivers' Championship then, well, nothing changes at the top. It's still Powers from class, Van Schnellheid. Kanga closes in slightly, but probably not enough to really do anything about it. Nick Addison has moved past Adrian Simon up into 6th, as Puccio Giordano's few points have moved him into 16th place ahead of Max Mayer. Tumo Kinnaman's result has obviously jumped him up the table. His first points of the season, he now sits just ahead of teammate Jules Barkley. While further down, Nikolai Milkovic's best result of the season has moved him ahead of stand-in Alexander Zolia and teammate Carl Beckenbauer. In the Constructors' Championship, Downton didn't clinch it today. It will go to Canada then. Both Mattershore Porsche and Franklin have moved past Lopez, who slipped at 4th. Ocelot have gone into 7th ahead of Phoenix. Westwood up to 10th ahead of AMR, and Arrow moved back ahead of North Star and are up into 12th, but still unfortunately not out of Q1. But that's all from our race here today at Monza. So from me, Lily and Rob, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time for round 13 from Montreal, Canada.